I'm Dorothy Rivera, and this is Ethically Speaking. In today's episode, I have invited 5 different guests to discuss to you guys some tips or suggestions on how to develop our will and moral courage. Each one of them will be elaborating one particular topic that could probably help you grow and become a better person. But due to the current circumstance we are now facing, which is the COVID-19 pandemic, the team has suggested to not meet them personally, but let them create a video by themselves to their respective homes for safety purposes. Before we proceed to the key personalities, let us first identify the definition of will and moral courage. Okay, so what do we mean by moral courage? According to Surat of 2017, moral courage is the strength to use ethical principles to do what one believes is right, even though the result may not be to everyone's liking or could occasion personal loss. This means that you are doing things that must be done despite the risk, the danger, despite being opposed, despite the rejections, and despite being threatened. On the other hand, will, as stated in Merriam-Webster, it refers to the expression of desires, choices, willingness, and consent. It is also called as voluntariness, which is a choice being made of a person's free will in philosophy that is relevant to moral courage. So now, let us proceed to the tips or suggestions on developing one's will and moral courage.
Hi guys, how's your day? I hope you're all doing good. Because me, I'm really feeling great. Since I'm feeling great today, I want to share to you guys on how to develop your will and moral courages. The first one is to develop and practice self-discipline. Self-discipline sounds easy, right? But when you try to apply it, trust me, it is not that easy. Because when you start disciplining yourself, you will have to eventually give up the instant pleasure and satisfaction for a higher and better goal. In developing your moral courage, it will also involve your self-control. It means you will have to be stand firm to your decisions, actions, thought, and behavior that will lead you to your development of your moral improvement and success. Remember, you must be firm and unyielding to your goal and to always persevere on your accomplishing or achieving your moral goal.
Hello everybody, in this video, I'd like to talk to you about the mental strength training. Mental strength is the capacity to cope with psychological pressures. It is everyday practice to yourself to grow stronger, being realistically optimistic, and establishing healthy boundaries. The mental strength training requires failing to fulfill unimportant and needless desires. This approach is one of the most straightforward. Everyone is constantly challenged and tempted by a never-ending stream of craving and temptations, many of which are neither necessary nor attractive. People have been relying so much to the social media these days that could affect one's perspective in life. This also affects our mental health by what you see to your feed. Try not to open yourself to social media accounts for a few days and live with your life to the outside world. Do some extracurricular activities that would not make use of technologies, such as playing board games with your friends and families. As individuals, we must become braver and more assertive by refusing to gratify all of them. By following an organized training method, we can reach far, have more control to ourselves, realize ethical goals, improving our lives, and achieve satisfaction as well as peace of mind.
So hi there! Courage is the necessity to overcome the fear and achieve a desired goal. Fear is something that exists in all of us. There is no hero or any particular courageous figure that without fear. Being fearless is not required to be courageous. One simply has to look the past or overcome the fear that possesses and this great quality. History is filled with outstanding examples of moral courages. We celebrate. For example, they have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, Aung San Suu Kyi, and especially Jesus Christ and his apostles. People usually admire and respect courageous persons who have won great success by manifesting self-discipline and willpower. These include people in all walks of life who may share willpower and moral courage, overcome difficulties and hardship, have improved their moral life, advance on their spiritual or moral path, and become worthy of limitation. When we see individuals put their comfort, safety, security, and reputation, or even life on their line for secure, they believe for an ideal that matters more than personal well-being. We witness moral courageous and will in action.
Hello guys, I just want to share a quote before we start. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. This comes from Brandon Lee. From the moment when I walk out of the house, I always keep in mind that doing good to others is not a duty, but it is a fact that it increases your own health and happiness. This action includes helping an old woman, bringing some heavy stuffs, and walk with her to the pedestrian lane, even though you are running late to your work, which may result to consequences such as lessening amount of wage you are to receive next payday, or other kind of punishment to be received from your superiors. Practice makes perfect. If you truly want to nurture your moral courage in you, you must start in the smallest things. Whenever you have the opportunity to do good, then strive your best to express your kindness. We should keep that in mind, that even the smallest effort that we exert to do good, it will always result to the betterment of everyone, whether they will appreciate it or not.
That show lack of moral courage and will. Hello everyone. According to Stephen Mintz, moral courage in a personal life means to stand up and be counted when a wrongdoing occurs. It means to support people of goodwill and to put the interests of others ahead of our own self-interest. Doing what is right is not always easy. So there are two factors where a person lacks moral courage and will. The first factor would be the fear in facing the consequences, and the second factor would be the one who did the wrongdoings. So for example, a friend, a companion, or someone the person knows who did the misdeeds. For this reason, it is preventing the person to act according to what is the right thing to do. So when someone is in need, do not laugh at them, but instead help them. The world only gets better if each one of us offer hands to those who are struggling with poverty and misfortune. All of the actions that are needed to be avoided share somewhat the same thought. It put the other person on a tight spot or in misery. So according to Robert Kennedy, few men are willing to brave the disapproval of their fellows, the censure of their colleagues, the wrath of their society. Moral courage is a rare commodity than bravery in battle or great intelligence. Yet, it is one essential, vital quality for those who seek to change a world which yields most painfully to change. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to these amazing people who have shared their thoughts and opinions that could impact greatly to people like our subscribers. You know what? Maybe the best example of a morally courageous person is our very own frontliners. They are still doing their job, duties, and responsibilities, especially our medical staffs who are doing their call as a medical practitioner to fight against COVID-19. Even though there's a presence of a personal threats that involves a high possibility that they may acquire the deadly virus, and even despite the fact that they may become a potential carrier of coronavirus that could harm their families and loved ones. So that takes a lot of moral courage being paired with will or voluntariness for them to be able to do that. And we should admire people like them. A big salute to all of our frontliners over there. But it doesn't mean that only the frontliners are going to do the moral courage. We are all capable to practice moral courage anytime and Even a little or small act of helping that can already be considered a moral courage. I hope you guys have learned something in this video. And once again, I am Dorothy Rivera and this is Ethically Speaking. Thank you for watching.